Chapter 1. Mixed Martial Artist vs. Cyborg. 7 o'clock June 12. Troy Marino is an African-American man. His wife, Alyssa, is a brunette Caucasian. They were walking with their 4-year-old son David past 10-foot hedges that blocked them from the sight of all walking by the Golden Sun Country Club. Alyssa, why are you so interested in this country club, besides the fact that your father owns it? Troy, my wonderful husband, Dad has set up a child-minding center employing actresses from my drama group. Look on the positive side. This way David will spend time with familiar faces and have some quality time with his grandfather. Besides, I gave you permission to wear your orange and brown NEV uniform. Walking toward the main entrance, Troy noticed snickering and pointing from wealthy snobs playing golf on one side and playing tennis on the other. I really do not understand why you want to try to find acceptance in a socially divided place. Have they never seen an interracial family before? Alyssa ignored Troy and those who were snickering. Electronic sliding doors opened as they stepped through into reception. An elderly, well-groomed male receptionist handed Alyssa a pen to sign in. My dear, we have been expecting you and David today. As for you, Mr. Marino, I guess seeing you in your NEV uniform is much better than seeing you half-naked and fighting like a common thug. Since you're banned from fighting, have you ever thought of working for an honest day's pay here? Troy signed his autograph on a postal card displaying a photo of him wearing weights around his chest and wrists. He slid his card toward the well-groomed man. Always glad to see a starstruck fan. Some of our Nankin emergency volunteers do public speaking and demonstrations. Who knows? You may learn not to be a dick in the first few seconds when a celebrity makes your acquaintance. Troy smirked confidently. The child-minding room is up the stairs and to the left. Alyssa waved, avoiding getting between their squabble. David waved goodbye to his father before walking away. The well-groomed man struggled to open the laundry door behind the reception desk, vigorously trying to turn the knob. Mr. Marino, can you please open this door? Your father-in-law needs to speak to you in private. Troy shook his head. I am only here for my wife. Otherwise, I would not have come. Still struggling to open the door, the well-groomed man sighed melodramatically. Troy opened the door, then took 2 steps back. Please come in, sir. This won't take long. Following behind, Troy stepped into the laundry room, which was full of lots of white clothes and industrial-grade washing machines. Mr. Marino, tell me everything you know about Marcus Johnson, the well-groomed man demanded. Troy pointed. I suggest you remain on my good side and reconsider your poor choice of words. The laundry door slammed shut as white clothes began to float. I dominate in the arts of sorcery, Mr. Marino. Explain your relationship with Marcus Johnson and Jane Turner. The well-groomed man's face morphed, taking on the appearance of Marcus Johnson with long blonde hair and 3-day facial hair growth. Then it morphed into 20 other faces, male and female alike. Suddenly a red iron mask morphed, completely hiding his face. Troy was blindsided by a cybernetic fist knocking him to the ground. Seeing an 8-foot black chrome cybernetic man standing tall, Troy quickly decided to kick upward, heel to testicles, effectively bringing his heavy metal opponent to its knees. Troy back-kicked the well-groomed man wearing a red iron mask through his abdomen, then instantly, in a puff of smoke, he disappeared. Observing the cyborg's T-section, between its chest and shoulders, Troy used his peripheral vision to observe its movements. He counter-checked the cyborg's straight punch with a sidestep, a jab, a cross, a double hook, an uppercut, and a front kick to its chest. Troy split his knuckles punching solid steel. I should get it to submit or else get out. Amid the sound of distorted vocals from the cyborg, clothes instantly burst into flames, smoking out the laundry room. Running past the cyborg, Troy kicked the door open, breaking the lock and hinges. Troy flicked forward the emergency switch under the reception desk, triggering the alarm. 2 more Nevs were assisting people to the assembly point. One was a paramedic wearing white, and the other, in blue, was Peter Richardson, a human resources counselor. Captain Marino, we have been informed of children on the second floor, Peter Richardson announced. Troy took charge. Richardson, go evacuate the children on the second floor. As for you, medic, assist at the assembly point. Nankin police officers and security staff assembled in the lobby with internet blogger Janet Munson. I have no time to fight with an unknown foe or to give Janet any of my time. It is someone else's problem, because my son needs me. The lobby was filling up with dense smoke, and floorboards began to smell of burning toxic materials. Peter Richardson had already removed a window from its sash and organized children to drag mattresses across the room. He was throwing out child-sized mattresses and gym mats from the child-minding room while other public servants helped by cross-stacking them and weaving around, preparing for children to jump. Captain Marino, more volunteers are ready to assist. Peter Richardson pointed to the designated assembly point. Alyssa, you and David need to jump now, while I organize the other children. 3 childcare staff members assisted Peter Richardson as 2 NEV medics directed children to jump. Surprisingly, none of the children were afraid to jump from the second floor. A middle-aged Vietnamese childcare worker introduced herself. Captain, my name is Wendy, one of your new paramedics working for NEV. Please allow me to assist. Hearing heavy footsteps approaching, Troy became desperate. David, go to Wendy now. We will be right behind you. Alyssa, you need to get out now. David listened to his father, jumping out from the second-story window. Troy watched him land safely on the mattresses, after which volunteers helped him off. You do not understand my fear of heights. No one else here has a fear of heights and is expected to jump. Troy found himself pushed by time as the cyborg appeared within sight. Rushing, ready for round 2, he had high hopes of finishing off his opponent quickly. The two exchanged heavy blows. Troy was losing the ability to see through the dense smoke. The cyborg's front leg round kicked Troy's calf, taking the fight to the ground. A sledgehammer fist impacted Troy's forearm, nearly breaking his radial bone. Vibrations caused twitching in his elbow and fingertips. He seized his left hand. Everyone is out. Only 3 remaining. Alyssa, please jump before the flames take your life, Peter Richardson begged. Troy ignored Alyssa's procrastinating cry as he prepared to counterattack. When the straight punch came forward, Troy grabbed the cyborg by the wrist, pressing his back against its chest and pushing his hip outward. Launching the very heavy opponent into the air with his signature hip throw, Troy slammed the cyborg down so hard that the floorboard snapped. The cyborg helplessly fell through to the laundry room and into an inferno. A twister of thick flames shot up through the floor, nearly burning Troy's face. You could never understand pain. You have never given childbirth. Peter Richardson rolled his eyes. Use your brain control, Alyssa. Block out any negative thoughts, and simply jump. Remember, as an actress, you can be anyone you wish. Be Alyssa the Brave, he ordered confidently. Ignoring Peter Richardson's orders, Troy took control. I gave you one order, to jump out of that window and then go immediately to the assembly area with David. Crying out loudly, Alyssa was too afraid to jump. Peter instructed, Alyssa, jump after me. Remember, Nankin Drama Society needs you. Because we cannot let men have all the fun. Jumping out and landing on his buttocks, Peter made hand gestures for Troy and Alyssa to jump. I am too scared to jump, Alyssa whined while coughing. Climbing into the window, Alyssa noticed that Peter had taken David to the assembly point. Troy looked back at the hole in the floor, then he gave Alyssa a gentle push. Screaming, crying, and cursing, Alyssa safely landed on her buttocks and side, breaking the impact of her fall. Troy followed behind Alyssa, jumping out of the window. Before standing up, Troy ordered, go to the assembly point. David needs you. A large crowd gasped, pointing toward the cyborg, which was glowing dark red and standing in the window, surrounded by flames. Robotic fingers sent out 2 strong gusts of wind, ripping apart the second-floor wall. Maneuvering both gusts, the cyborg smothered everyone nearby in dense smoke. Troy noticed David run from Peter to his left side. After forcing David to the ground and covering his mouth, Troy picked him up and ran, carrying David toward Peter at the assembly point. Alyssa inhaled deeply, filling her lungs with toxins. She fainted without anyone noticing. NEV medic Wendy gave a statement to the Nankin City Police Department. Alyssa Marino is our only unfortunate death today. She was suffocated by toxic fumes. We do not know where this cyborg came from or why it was here. Neither do we know what its motives are. This is certain, the cyborg has no regard for human lives, including children, so be on the lookout for any unusual activity. Today, crazy to say, unexplained supernatural activity has been witnessed by over 100 people. Internet blogger Janet Munson posted a video statement on her social media page. Captain of the NEV, Troy Marino, is an abusive husband who pushed his wife, Alyssa Marino, out of a window, causing her death. She was 40 years old. Mixed martial arts breeds only violence. Troy Marino had an opportunity to cover his wife's mouth, making it difficult for her to breathe. Troy was banned from competing in mixed martial arts because of charges of assault nearly 1 year ago. Let's make this post go viral, shutting down Nankin emergency volunteers once and for all.